Oh, hey everybody, and welcome to what are we doing? Tomes of Isolation. I'm Matt, and I will be your host tonight. I'm gonna adjust my camera just a smidge, and then adjust my camera. Nope, still didn't fix it. Going the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, perfect. All right. Welcome to Tomes of Isolation. Hey everybody, it is my face. It's a pretty face. I like my face. First, I want to say thanks to John Thompson for pushing us over the edge and to our goal of 50,000 channel points. I'm sorry, Cluthulus. Thank you for doing that. If you have a suggestion for the name of the character, preferably a male, although I will take female, I can work with that as well. For our Halloween game on Saturday, please send that to us. You can message us here on Twitch and tell us the name that you would like to suggest. I will take suggestions from anyone who is either a follower, a subscriber, or a watcher. So literally anybody. Thank you guys for participating. We are excited about Saturday, and I'm really excited about hearing from you guys on what you'd like. Yeah, we already hit our Cthulhu goal. So for October, we're set. We'll have a new Cthulhu goal for November. Not that Roxy and I have talked about that, but I'm putting all the pressure on her right now. Hi, Roxy. Sorry. We've got some shows coming up this week. On Thursday is Growing Shadows, right? Is it Growing Shadows? Yes, it's Growing Shadows. It's been a long week. It's Growing Shadows with John. He'll be running that story. You should definitely check that out. That'll start at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then is that right? Yeah, 7 p.m. Central Time. And then on Friday, I will be doing another cast of Solasta Crown of the Magister, which is a computer RPG that I played last week. It was really interesting. We went through a little bit of character creation last week and played the first bit to kind of give us the introduction. And now we're just really getting into the story. So this is a great time to jump on that. That'll start at 8 p.m. Or no, I'm sorry. 9 p.m. Central Time, right? No, 7 p.m. Central Time. I don't know. It'll start this time on Friday, whenever this time is. It's 7 p.m. Central. Whatever. I guess Thursday is 6 p.m. Central. I'm messing up all the times. Doesn't matter. Check out our schedule. It should be down below, I think. Nope, that's okay. That's my fault. It'll scroll through here in a second when I... Oh, no. Well, that's not good. We'll worry about that later, Roxy. It's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world at all. So definitely come out for those two. And then on Saturday, we will be on at noon Central Time for the second half of our Masks of Halloween show. That starts at noon, and I've got a good cast there. We've got new people that have not been on this channel before. In Blue from Blue Streams and Wes from 12-Sided Adventures. And then we also have Pappin from Growing Shadows and Roxy and Sean from Illuminated Page. So come out on Saturday. That'll be our wrap-up adventure at noon for the Halloween special. I would expect that game to continue to be a horror game. So it's pretty much written that way, so be prepared for that. We'll probably do some more specials for holidays. I don't know if we'll do one for Thanksgiving, but definitely for Christmas we'll do something along those lines. I don't think that one will necessarily be a horror game, though. We'll figure that one out when we get closer. I think I hit all my points. Tonight, you can donate points for highlighting your... Cthulhu's. You can donate Cthulhu's for highlighting your message. I'd let you donate for That Was Cocked, but unfortunately, I have no dice to roll. Although I do have dice. I just can't roll them. They will not affect the story at all. And before we get into this is Vampire the Masquerade Night Road by Kyle Marquis. He is, or probably Kyle Marquis, or Kyle, not Carl. His name is Kyle Marquis or Marquis. This is from Choice by Games, or Games by Choice. And you can find this on Steam or on their website. You can also download it on iOS and at the Google Play Store. So definitely check those out. I'm going to do a quick intro video, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about where we were at. I'm still getting used to these transitions. Sorry about that. Yes, Roxy is right. It's Kyle Marquis or Marquis. I'm not sure. And choice of games. I should have this all written down somewhere, and I'm not the greatest. I'm going to get better at it, though, and it'll be fantastic. Last week, we played the game. It went really well. As we kind of built the character through the storytelling, it was revealed that I am, in fact, Gangrel. I have... let's look at our character sheet. That'd be great. So, my name is Ransom, and I have a dog buddy. Oh, he's not even on the sheet. Oh, no. His name is Moon, which is very important. Clan Gangrel. My sire is Limpago, who we believe is dead. I'm 11th generation. My humanity took a little bit of a hit last game. I might have had to murder some people, but also, got to protect the Masquerade. And then my willpower is good, although I think I'm still down because of something. I don't remember. We went through all the rules last time. I'm not going to do that again. But I think I'm still down a couple of points of willpower. I may not be. I am, because it's resolve and composure. So something caused me to be down a little bit. That should end up going away, I believe. We'll find out. I am uninjured, which is important. Being uninjured is really important. I just want to highlight this part. There you go. My mouse technique is bad. And I have 0 Masquerade violations. That is super important. So I'm not strong, and I'm not dexterous, and I'm not charismatic, and I'm not manipulative, but I sure am smart. I think we're still filling out our character, honestly, because from character creation from any vampire game, I am short some dots. But that's okay. We'll kind of see how that goes and what's going on there as we go. I got a dot of athletics, a dot of drive, a dot of leadership. I'm super aware of things. I got a little bit of academics and a little bit of survival, and intelligence and technology I'm not the greatest with, but that's okay. I got a little protean and a little animalism and nothing else in disciplines yet. And we have filled out one of our convictions, the perpetuate your existence over regret your sins. So that I'm almost positive came from I had the choice to kill people or let them live and break the Masquerade, and I murdered them. I've got relationships. I don't know if we've looked at relationships. Oh, I have a poor relationship with the Camarilla, which I'm okay with because they're a bunch of jerks. So we're not deactivating storyteller mode because I like this. We're gonna get into the story though with this. So here we go. Lettow watches you closely as you answer, tongue against his teeth, concentrating. He thinks you know something, but you've never seen this Tremere. We've just been shown a video of this Tremere. So the Tremere, if you're not familiar, they're vampires that also do magic. Like, that's their thing. And they became vampires by essentially magicking their way into it and, like, taking over a clan. It was kind of bad. And that's okay. Nobody likes them, and then they became part of the Camarilla, and then people pretended to like them, and now nobody likes them again. Lettow is the prince of the city, so in the vampire culture, the prince is, like, he's the guy, and then there are a bunch of other people. And Dove is the keeper of Elysium, so he makes sure that all the pretty places that they go and hang out are taken care of, and he's also in charge of security while he's there. I think that's who. Yeah, so there's another person here that I'm not. Yeah, Prince Lettow. I'm not sure who Knowles is. I think Knowles is a different person. I don't know. We'll find out. It'll be fun. Oh, I did not mull some wine because I'm bad at planning. However, I did borrow a nice cup from my roommate. Oops, the other way. With its creepy skeletal hand on it. And it's full of definitely blood and not Kool-Aid. So I will be drinking that. It is not warm. Well, it's not cold or not hot. It is definitely warm. But I'm a little more. We got a little more in spirit this time. So let's get back to this. So Dove gasps. Knowles has stepped away from the webcam, revealing a dingy cinder block room. Oh, Knowles is the Tremere on the video. Duh. Knowles steps away from the webcam, revealing a dingy cinder block room with faded orange stripes on the walls and a Nosferatu chained to an iron spike in the floor. Oh, good. Oh, so good. You destroyed that Nosferatu the other night. Wow. Did we just start the game to get boned? Like this is where it starts. It's fantastic. That's okay. I'm all right with that. Sire Dove was. Oh man. Crap. Well, this is going real well. I killed the Keeper of Elysium Sire. I wonder how long I go before I tell somebody. You destroyed that Nosferatu the other night. Sire, Dove whispers. Prince Lettow's illusion of good cheer falters for a moment. Both he and the eagle glare at Dove. Oh no, the eagle was at the gas station too. Oh man. Well, whatever. Well, if we die, we die. You're here so he can get a read on you, not so his underling can give you information. This experiment has gone on for as long as it can, Knowles says in the video. Science sometimes ends in failure, my dear, and so does our version of it. No intelligence remains in this specimen. It has become increasingly dangerous and aggressive. Once it's destroyed, I'll send you what's left. I'm also going to wrap up my daytime business. I know that we are still allowed to communicate via email as flesh and blood citizens, but my mortal identity is almost 80 years old, and soon people will wonder. Something off-screen draws Knowles' attention. He turns the knife, ready to insert it into his wrist, perhaps to use blood magic. Unfortunately for Knowles, he looks the wrong way. As he stares past the webcam, a figure detaches itself from the shadow of the wall, walks almost casually up to the chained-up Nosferatu, and removes its shackles. The rest of the video is chaos. The white hurls itself at Knowles. The Tremere screams and stumbles into the webcam, which falls. Sorcerer's fire blackens the ceiling. Dirty fists rise and fall, again and again. Unlike most Tremere, Knowles has mastered the vampiric art of inhuman resilience, but that only makes his destruction longer and more horrible. Then the video suddenly ends. I get to make a choice now. You guys are welcome to tell me which one I should make. It sounds like this Jasper Knowles got what was coming to him. That poor man. Poor men, both of them. The traditions exist to stop horrors like that from happening. What was up with that figure that freed the Nosferatu? Why couldn't I see it clearly? What do you guys think? Man, I'm more interested in that third one, but I could go any way. You guys have any thoughts? All three. I don't know that I can. It won't let me choose all three, although I kind of want to. Yeah, that's a lot I could say there. I'm going to go with John. I'm going to go with. Oh, well, man, Roxy's got some thoughts. I like Roxy's thoughts. I'm going to go with John, though, since he agrees with me. What was up with that figure that freed the Nosferatu? Why couldn't I see it clearly? You've never seen Knowles before, Lettow says. He sounds frustrated. Dove, go back. Who was that shadow? You watch it again, but the shadow is just a blur of formless motion. An impressive disguise, Lettow says thoughtfully, freeze framing on the blur. The assassin doesn't even move fast at first. Hold on just a second, sorry. There's just nothing there but a smear. Almost as impressive as this rooftop. And what happened to the Nosferatu? Did he escape? He rolls the video back and forth, trying to get a better view of the white. Then he seems to remember you. He reaches into a bag at his feet and hands you a manila envelope, then goes back to scrolling around. $1,000 in 20s. Your job is done. You know the answer. Well, Jasper Knowles is the Tremere, isn't he? Yeah, we don't know the name of the sire, I don't think. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. I'm behind. You should go back and watch it, Roxy. You definitely should. There are LA by Night is an interesting experience. I didn't get too far into it, but I enjoyed what I saw. You know the answer to Lettow's question, of course. The Eagle Prince's gaze wanders again. He looks east over the skyline of Tucson. I share what I know about my encounter with the White. This will let me get in good with the Camarilla, which might go further than a few $1,000 ever could. Sorry. I tell them how I killed it. They need to know what I'm capable of doing, and by the traditions of the Camarilla, the prince can't punish me for killing a White. I keep my mouth shut. I owe the Camarilla nothing. I don't say anything. I don't want to get destroyed for what I had to do. I mean, there are an unnatural number of Jaspers in vampires. I mean, it's just a thing. Jasper is a good name for vampires. I like. See, here's the thing: the prince can't punish me, but that doesn't keep Dove from hurting me. And I don't know. I don't like the first one because screw the Camarilla, they suck. I like. I don't know. I mean, 3 and 4 are pretty much the same thing, except that 3 gives the middle finger to the Camarilla. I don't know. How much do we not like Dove? If we don't like Dove, we tell him and hope he doesn't murder face us. But also, I don't know. I mean, there is not a choice here that does not end up with me getting boned somehow. There's. You think so? Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. I mean, if they kill us, I guess we're over for tonight. But it probably won't do that. A good vampire story will interlace all the problems together and just keep making it harder and harder, which is okay. That's the storytelling we're dealing with. So number 2 it is. There we go. You describe your destruction of the mindless Nosferatu. How far your sire must have fallen, Lettow tells Dove, to receive final deaths at the hand of a mere neonate. Ooh. Wow, I guess we didn't have to say anything shitty. Lettow does it for us. Dove stares venomously at you, then shakes her head. She knows as well as you that her sire had become a monster. You put down a rabid animal, nothing more. I'm impressed. He was strong in his time, Ransom. Lettow says, he was the child of Rirumus, the Bat. We're just going to call him the Bat. You have too many questions. The most obvious is, why did Prince Lettow let you watch the video? Princes are secretive and paranoid creatures even in these nights. When the true elders have sunken into torpor or fled out to the old world, even a young prince like Lettow has survived centuries of betrayal and revolution. Princes don't tolerate risk. That means either Lettow or his situation here are unstable, or worse, he already knows you and has accounted for you. Rare mouse? The Bat it is. Ransom, I have more work for you. The Prince of Tucson says, you will remain here tonight. My man, Alexander, will provide you with shelter, sustenance, and suitable clothing. And hose you down, obviously. I apologize if he treats you like a horse, but he misses horses. That's terrible. I mean, it's appropriate, but it's terrible. Alexander is a small, sallow man with lank black hair. He wears an oversized gray suit, like a refugee from some 20th century war. He does not smile, which is for the best, since you see that his teeth are gray. Follow me, Alexander says. His accent is thick and his breath is acidic like bile. An old ghoul. Kindred grow strong and cold as they age, but old blood slaves are stranger still and sometimes more dangerous. Sounds like Snape. A little bit. A little bit. After a shower, the servant leads you back to a glass observation room above the club's main dance floor, where a selection of clothing is waiting, and you realize that Prince Lettow is giving you gifts. That isn't good. You know what happens if you end up in debt to a prince. Please, Alexander says, you must dress for Elysium. The Eagle Prince insists. You glance at the clothes on display. Lettow isn't exactly draping you in Armani, at least. You see a mix of work clothes and streetwear, but nothing too upmarket. You don't see any bloodstains either. Oh, we get to choose clothing. Fantastic. Just get me a jumpsuit or something out of Goodwill donation bag. I don't need Prince Lettow's charity. Something tough and functional for the road, a black leather jacket and engineer boots. What if I need to go clubbing? I need streetwear so I don't look like an old person with a young person's face. I need to look like a professional for my job. Office casual isn't fashionable, but it is invincible. Cosplay someone who cares. Yes. Yeah. It's solid choice. And yes, this is exactly what this is. This is the dressing room montage. Me putting on the outfits and just standing in front of the mirror. I want the official courier outfit, members only jacket, driving gloves. You can't go wrong with the classics. I find something black, formal, and elegant. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. For number 2, I like that one quite a bit. I don't want business casual. I will feel stupid in it. I forget what a members only jacket looks like. Matt is not the most fashionable person. Oh, those are kind of okay. Only chaps. Yes, only chaps. Where'd my thing go? There it goes. Just chaps. Just chaps is not an option here, actually. It is very pretentious and yeah, pretty ugly. We're gonna go with number 2, leather jacket and engineer boots, which fits being a gangrel pretty good. You flip through the options until you find a black leather jacket with just enough wear that you don't look like a poser. Engineer boots are big, heavy, and probably out of fashion, but you don't care. You even have a military surplus duffel bag for your courier work. Black jeans and a pack of t-shirts in black, white, gray, and red complete the ensemble. Also, you find a scratched up Panare Luminor, a fake obviously, and a wide cuff band of black leather. I'm going to have to go look this up. Sorry, guys. I have no idea what it is. Oh, it's a watch. Okay. Is this the second time this story has really focused on watches? Or is that just, am I misremembering last time? I feel like we did have a watch last time that was really important to the story. Am I misremembering that, guys? I mean, hey, Kyle, if you're watching, and I don't think you are, but if you are, love the watches. You keep putting as many watches as you want in these. I don't have a problem with it. However, I'm gonna have to look up every one of them. Yep. See, that's cool. Okay, here we go. Moving on. You ascend the metal stairs that thump with the base of the EDM below, back up to the rooftop of Elysium. Lettow's eagle watches you. Have we not connected that this is the same freaking eagle? Oh, good, Jason. I'm glad that we have more watches coming. I like the little details pieces that some people pick up that other people definitely would not. Like watches, obviously, but like other people would be writing about shoes, like thoroughly writing about shoes. Yeah, so have we not figured out that the eagle, like the eagle and the situation, like, have we not connected that as two eagles, like, or do we just think that all eagles look the same? I don't understand why. Yeah, well, you're right, Roxy. By we, I mean me and the character that wrote this. But like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just paranoid about eagles. I guess watches do keep you alive. Are fossil watches still a thing? Because I'd still be talking about fossil watches. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, a minute or two. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. You want a good solid one. A gangrel prince is unusual even in these nights. You wonder where Lettow came from, and you wonder what he wants with you. He is still watching the video and reviewing whatever information they got from the other USBs. Dove is scanning the parking lot below. You will remain with us for some time. You understand what this means, yes? Of course you understand what will happen if you try and flee. You look towards that parking lot. 2. You need a car. We are very friendly people in Tucson, Alexander says, finally smiling. It's an awful sight. Little gray teeth, little gray rat teeth, skin that crinkles like paper. Not like other cities you may know. Speak to people about what you need. Dove was like you once. She drove. You need a car? She has cars. Her retainer Carlos is the one listening to music from below. He's a police officer. He has, rooms, stashes of that of the shit. Of the shit? Oh, okay. Nope, I'm with you. Never mind. Is that what you said? Is that what is said? Okay. So it's even more awkward because he has no idea what he's saying. That's great. He keeps evidence rooms with the good shit. Maybe you need that sort of man. He is proud and cruel though. Do not let him bait you. Carlos spots you and Alexander looking at him and gives you the finger. And if you need blood? I was a doctor in my youth. When I was young, I said to my teachers, this bleeding, it does not work. It does not make the patients better. Isn't that funny, knowing what I know now? A little joke, but I have an important job. When kindred feed and kill and endanger the masquerade, I tell Prince Lettow. I tell him those things. I would prefer if kindred came to me for advice. I will give you this advice now. Do not hunt near the viper. It is not permitted. And of course, do not use your gifts here. The sudden movement of blood, it upsets Dove. I really like that they wrote this old man as old as possible. Like, this is exactly as awkward as it should be from a ghoul that is way too old. I like that a lot. So I got a choice here. I've got a lot to choose from. There's a lot of choices. Okay. I talked to Lettow. Why is an Outlander in charge? That's rare for the Camarilla, but unexpected things interest me. Maybe I can learn about the prince and cultivate a relationship with him. So Lettow is cute. I'm going to go talk to him and see if there's anyone else in his life. I talked to Lettow. I don't trust him. I never trust the Camarilla, but if he has work, I need money. Actually, Alexander, what can I tell you about procuring blood in what can you tell me about procuring blood in Tucson? The old ghoul is unsavory and might be deranged, but blood is life and I need it. I need blood, Alexander, but I have standards. How are matters arranged here? I know what I am, but I would rather not be associated with forced extraction pits. I talked to the retainer Carlos about equipment and a place to stay. I've been far too proud lately. If I have to beg this guy for what I need, I'll do it. I talked to Carlos. I need guns, and if I have to kiss the ring or otherwise impress this mortal, I'll do what I need to survive. Dove hasn't exactly been polite, but we have shared interest in cars. I chat her up about different accidents we've been in. I talked to Dove about getting a car, but I'm not going to put up with any shit from a sewer rat. I examined Lettow's eagle. How fascinating and how dangerous. I approve. I talked to the mortal servitors and hangers-on. That's where Julian taught me to look for power, where people are forced to serve. There's like a lot of choices here, guys. I'm not sure which one we want to do. I don't know. I mean, I need blood, but I'm not hungry right now, so I don't. It's not immediate, or like not an immediate need. Yeah, I don't know. You like number 2 because Lettow's cute, and Dove about the accents. Okay, cool. You can't see the rest. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. There's just so many options on this one. Like this is there are 4. There are essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options, but each option has two options. That's a lot of choices. Don't be a jerk. That's a solid call. Although I am a vampire and I murdered people, I'm a little bit of a jerk already. But yeah, I like your advice. I like 10 and 11. Yeah. Oh, I guess there's 11 because Lettow has three options. I think. Okay. That's awesome. So I get to choose three. That's awesome. Thanks, Jason. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna go flirt with Lettow. Let's do that. When you approach, Prince Lettow closes his laptops and rises cordially. He's tall, slim, and his face and hair both silvery in the moonlight. It's dangerous to chat up an elder, but Lettow is more approachable than other princes you've met, less explicitly monstrous, and there's something lonely about him. You get the impression that he's frustrated to be tied down in this place. It's strange to exist in a time of ignorance, Ransom, Lettow says. When I was newly dead, the Commonwealth was still a land of darkness and superstition. Oh, I'm sorry. You have only just met. We've only just met, haven't we? And I'm talking to you like I'm picking up a thread of an old story. Let me start at the beginning. I died around the same time as my country did, around when the United States was fighting King George III. Most Americans know nothing of those events, of course. I was held in little esteem when I came to Arizona, especially by the Ventru who ruled here at the time, he continues. But when the old prince went mad attacking the other clans and got himself destroyed, there were a few elders left who had not already fled. And so I became prince in this new dark age, brought about by the Second Inquisition and our fear, justified, it turns out, of being tracked through these devices. He taps the laptop case. And in between, you ask, Prince Lettow skipped over about 200 years here, there. A story for another time, Ransom, the prince says with a secret smile. There's some kind of dispute in the parking lot down below. Three women yelling at a guy. Dove gestures, and the two heavies head downstairs to sort it out. So you're right, yeah. So now we get to choose again. I return to Alexander and ask what he can tell me about procuring blood. I return to Alexander and ask him carefully where his blood supplies come from. I know what sort of monster I am, but I'd rather not be associated with forced extraction. I talked to the retainer Carl about equipment and a place to stay. I've been far too proud lately, even if I have to beg. I talked to Carlos. I need guns, and if I need to kiss the ring or otherwise impress this mortal, I'll do what I need to survive. Dove hasn't been polite, but we have shared interest in cars. I'll talk to Dove about getting a car, but I'm not putting up a shit. And then Lettow's Eagle and the Servitors and Mortals. Yeah, I will need blood eventually. So let's go with... Sorry, I want to go with the first one for blood. No, I want to go the second one for blood because it's going to kill my humanity if I fiddle with extraction pits. That's true. The eagle could lead to more flirting. Oh, I see what this is for you, Roxy. This is your fan fiction while we play. You get to help it be written, right? I understand your concerns, Alexander says. I had them too when I was young. But do not fear. If you sin in Tucson, it will be through your own actions. Hold on, sorry, guys. Either Dove or Carlos should. It's good to know. I like Jason. Thanks for coming out. We really appreciate your guidance so that we can have a good story because this is actually helping a ton. So we really appreciate it. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, vampires are fun and bloody and cool. They're the coolest. Just ask a vampire. Okay, back to where I was. Sorry, got totally distracted. Um, Since you have presented yourself to the prince, you may hunt freely tonight. Not here. The viper is Prince Lettow's, but I can provide you with good, quiet places. I provide this service not for your sake, but so you do not embarrass the prince. But this is only for tonight, understand. There have been accidents in Tucson, and the prince will not trust you to wander freely night after night. He rattles off a long list of nightclubs, bars, and halfway homes. His knowledge is encyclopedic, precise, and up to date, and his warnings are invaluable. Cool. Awesome. Two kindred arrive from the dance floor, skin slick with other people's sweat, cradling their dazed-looking blood dolls. I don't like my skin being slick with my sweat, let alone someone else's, but maybe I'm doing something absolutely wrong. Prince Lettow narrows his eyes at this vulgar display, but says nothing. Moon Moon! Yay, Moon Moon's here! I forgot about Moon Moon for a minute. Tries to sniff Prince Lettow's eagle, but the eagle keeps flapping his from cactus to cactus. So I talked to Carlos or Dove. Yeah, so if we only have three, this will be the third choice. So I think Carlos or Dove are going to be important. I'm less worried about gear and more about somewhere to stay, although it sounds like maybe that's not going to be the hardest thing to find. I don't know. What do you guys think? He's flapping his crack. He's flitting from cactus to cactus. All right, let's go. Yeah, let's go talk to Dove. And I'm going to be nice to her because, I did just murder her sire, and that's got to cause some feels. Also, I don't want to get throat punched at Elysium because I'm pretty sure the Keeper of Elysium's allowed to throat punch you at Elysium. It's in the rules. Oh yeah, I forgot to warn everybody. Just an FYI, this game is not safe for work with its language. So if you're watching this with children, I apologize. Sorry about that. But that's okay because that's it's the world of darkness. It's deep and dark and scary, and there's cuss words. So what the fuck? So the whole fucking Cadillac is on fire, and I'm kicking and kicking, trying to break the window. Dove says, "Right, because you're trying to follow the story, and it isn't easy. Because I'm still handcuffed to the guy who was pretending to be a werewolf, right? And I finally kick through the window, rip half the dead fake werewolf's arm off just to get free. I'm out of my fucking mind now with all the fire, and I finally crawl out of the car." Oh, so if we're not familiar with vampire, fire typically causes fear frenzy if you're not careful. So the fact that he was in a fire, like in a car and that was on fire, and got out of it mostly holding on to himself, his mind, he did pretty good. And get clear before it. Do they blow up? Escalades? I don't know, probably. Or probably not, Dove says. But anyway, I'm finally clear, so I run across the parking lot laughing because I'm just thrilled not to have met Final Death chained up to that guy. And I barely have time to look up before Lettow comes screaming around the corner in a Ford Bronco with lights off and runs me over. I was in the wrong Cadillac the whole time. No. Two black Cadillac Escalades in a parking lot of a Marriott, Dove says. How was I supposed to know which one? Anyway, that's why I don't drive anymore. That's why Lettow wants assholes like you driving. Driving what? You ask, because I need a car. Dove shakes her ugly head. I'll get you something. Give me a few hours to work on it, and I'll send someone to find you. Whatever was happening in the parking lot below has sorted itself out. The heavies are back upstairs, laughing. You memorize their names and faces in case there's trouble later, then circle the Elysium for a few minutes, getting a feel for the place. You can't believe you're back in Tucson. You wonder if anyone recognizes you. Beyond the rooftop, the city lights appear dim and washed out, as if seen through a black veil. Red brake lights from the highway look like a sluggish trail of blood. Just call her. That's Dove, speaking in hushed but anxious tones to Prince Lettow. You can't quite hear the rest of the conversation, but then the prince's genial smile vanishes. Dove withers at whatever he says next. Then the eagle swings its golden eyes back to you. Ah, Ransom, Prince Lettow says. I told you I would have work for you. I need to send some emails, and this is not as easy as it once was. Come here. Like, oh man. I just had like a flashback to like my parents asking me to come help them with the printer. It's very much what this feels like. You were still a fledgling when the Second Inquisition burned through the centers of Camarilla power. Places like the Vienna Chantry, arcane fortress of Clan Tremere. You weren't important enough to draw the SI's attention. They've been quiet for years, quiet enough that some kindred are starting to use phones and email to conduct their night work once again, cutting into your business. But you know they're fools. The SI was never beaten. The Inquisition is just collecting information now, waiting for the opportunity to strike again. Excuse me. Prince Lettow does not want to give them an opportunity. You come highly recommended, he says, and I hate to see a proud member of my own clan brought low by circumstances. I need you to run letters to a few cities near Tucson. Don't worry, nothing is more than a single night's trip. All right. How much? Why not use your magic bird? I'm not being sarcastic. I sort of want a magic bird. I have a feeling we're going to lean towards that one already. I need a ride. Pointing that out might tie me to Camarilla, but after years on my own, maybe that's not a bad thing. Well, since you're so charming, flirting openly with an elder might be stupidly dangerous, but Lettow is charming. I think I could get by on my own, thanks. These elders are always giving me orders and pretending it's charity. Number 4? Oh, you want me to flirt? Of course. Sure. That makes sense. I mean, that and the freaking magic bird. I'm kind of on the fence of the two of those. But Roxy really wants me to flirt. All right, well, we've got David wants to know how much. So does John. I don't know, Roxy. If Amanda doesn't vote with you, I can't. I got to lean towards one now. The boys are so boring. Yeah. Let's. Yeah, Amanda, join her. You're running out of time. I do still want a magic bird. I feel very much like if I get a magic bird though, I'm gonna turn into the bad guy in Iron Man 2, and just have to keep asking the prince where my bird is, and letting him know I want my bird. Oh no. Well, we know Amanda's gonna vote for the love life. Let's just be honest. Um. So we're gonna go with how much? Oh! John changed his vote. Oh no, he's abandoned you, David. It's too late. We're gonna go with charming. Sure. Lettow smiles, either genuinely delighted or cynically calculating how to exploit his interest. That's fair. But before he can choose his words, Dove turns to you and says, Prince Lettow doesn't need your commentary, whelp. We were just having a good conversation about you being on fire, bud. Like, come on. The prince laughs warmly and says, but we all need their help. Here in these difficult nights, and we can pay $1,000 for the first delivery, more later based on your performance and how much you've impressed my court. In addition, my man Alexander will provide you with vessels, and you may hunt freely in any of the other cities you visit while making your runs. Okay, cool. Lettow wants in the prince. I thought Lettow is the prince, though. How is he going to get in his own chaps? I guess that's how you do get in your own chaps. If I have to work for the Camarilla to stay alive, Lettow might be my best chance. What's the job? I don't trust you, Prince Lettow. Don't try and betray me. Wow, that's needlessly aggressive, but that's okay. More of this shit. I'll do your job, but there are limits to what I'll stomach. I'm a driver, not a leg breaker. I'm not your weapon. Yeah, does want in Prince Lettow's pants. I agree with you. The Camarilla is the best chance for all vampires. Shame the ones in charge are assholes, but maybe I can work to fix that. I'm in. What's the job? 1 or 4? Okay. All right. I'm leaning. Okay, we'll lean towards 1. Towards 1. That's good. 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 Not 4. Aw, but but poor poor old Dove. Just I mean, nice name. Just because it doesn't match the face, it's not Dove's fault. Yeah, we're gonna go with 1. What's the job? Prince Lettow hands you a printout marked with 3 locations and 3 faces. You don't recognize any of the 3 faces, which is a relief. Maybe you can keep this professional. 3 people need to know about the final death of Jasper Knowles and the Bat's child, the white you destroyed. Fugly with a capital everything. Uh, yes, that. Wow. Yes, you're shipping a lot of stuff here. I like it. Um, so 3 people need to know about the final death of Jasper Knowles and the Bat's child, the white you destroyed. He points to each face in turn. Invidia Call worked closely with Jasper after she escaped New York and showed up here. When Clam Tremere fell apart, so did their working relationship, but she needs to know about his destruction. She also needs to know that, without Jasper Knowles' considerable private wealth funding, she can no longer sustain her research, and she must return to Tucson. Should we tell them that she'll go crazy when she finds out? I'd been meaning to get around to that, Dove. Yes. Prince Lettow says, Ransom, deliver my letter and get out. You won't like Dr. Call's reaction when she realizes she's broke. Yes. Vamps of course vamps use Zoom. Hold on. You know what? I'm good with changing my character's name to Red Tail Hawk if that's where this story goes. I'll do it. I'll do it in an instant. Hey, you should join our Discord server. If you're not on our Discord server, where we post food that we eat and talk about gaming and yeah, that's pretty much it. No, we have a good Discord server where we chat and you can talk to the cast and enjoy each other's. It's called and enjoy each other's company. You should do that. There's a link right there in the chat. Click on that. Go right over there. Roxy or I or somebody will get you set up with all the permissions you need, and you can come and hang out with us. That'd be cool. All right, so I've been meaning to keep her around, or keep. I've been meaning. I'd been meaning to get around to that, Dove. Yes, Ransom, deliver my letter and get out. You won't like Dr. Call's reaction when she realizes she's broke. Why can't you keep her funded? It sounds like she's doing interesting work. Does it? Do we know what she's doing other than research? Yeah, no, we don't know. Okay, cool. No work I'd like to check out, actually. Why do we think we want to check out the work? I don't know. Whatever. Sending me out to be destroyed is poor form, Prince. She making a hash of the masquerade? Is that the problem? I'll deliver your message because it's my job, but I'm not getting tangled up in local politics. For vampires is celerity. Yeah, that's John is not wrong. What level of commitment is that, Roxy? Oh, me changing my name to Red Tail Hawk? Yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I'm good. I am leaning towards 4 on this. I don't want to piss off the prince with number 2 because we can't romance the prince if we're calling him out for poor form. And I don't know what research there is. Yeah, so I'm leaning on number 4. What do you guys think? Number 4? Cool. right, we'll probably go with... Oh, that's a solid point. That is a... Yeah. Okay. I did not make that connection, Roxy. But that's awesome. Yeah, Ransom really does want to know. I'm going to go with the first one, or the fourth one. The fourth one. All right. Good luck keeping it professional, Dove says with a little chuckle. Lettow points to the next face. Patermuster is one of the rabble, a brouhaha. He lurks in St. Basil's Hospital in Phoenix. Looking after the lost lambs of our flock, other rabble, the clanless, thin blood, the mad ones, maybe even Gangrel. Lettow chuckles at his own wit. But he actually keeps them in line, though they are dangerously lax. In fact, I would like you to encourage a bit more tidiness from the kindred at St. Basil's. No open feeding, no drug running, no unauthorized embraces, that sort of thing. This is not a formal mission, you understand, but if you can make our dissatisfaction known, I would appreciate it. But more important, with Knowles gone, the hospital will be up for renovation. Those renovations will compromise St. Basil's usefulness as a haven. I'll write instructions for what Patermuster needs to do. Patermuster is not a good name. Like Dove, good name. Lettow, solid name. Carlos, I like that name. Patermuster sounds like he got hit with the bad name stick. Oh, John just said, oh shit. I'm not sure I know what that means. I mean, I know what oh shit means. I know those words. I don't know what Patermuster is, though. I'm going to look it up. Oh, Patermuster's on in the wiki. Patermuster's in the wiki. That's no good. Oh, he's in the wiki because he's in this. I should stop reading that then. Although there's a picture. It's not a bad looking dude. Okay, maybe I'm not one to talk, but why do you have to let low clan trash associate with the Camarilla? Wow. If you have a message to deliver to Patermuster, give it to me, but I'm not going to yell at somebody for you. Is there any way to maintain control of the hospital while shaping renovations to our own profit? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The prince talking about the clanless and thin-blooded. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah. Is there any way to maintain control of the hospital during renovations for our own profit? I'm happy to deliver a message for you, no problem. I wonder how bad it is at St. Basil's that the Prince of Tucson needs to step in. How far away is Tucson from Phoenix? Google Maps is my friend. Oh, it's a distance. Okay. Like it's looks like it's a couple hours. Okay, yeah, so if you're sending somebody to a house like 3 hours away to yell at them, that's pretty bad. Of course I can do that. I'll sound friendly to impress the prince, but I'm not running errands for the Camarilla without getting paid. 3 or 4. I mean, I could go for some profit. I'm kind of with John. David, do you or Amanda have thoughts? I'm leaning like I could don't be a jerk. Amanda's advice continues. It's a solid advice though. 4 or 5. Yeah, it is very simple. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 4. I wonder how bad St. Basil's is that the Prince of Tucson needs to say something. And next, eager little outlander, aren't they? God, Dove is a... Yeah, don't be Dove. I think that's your new advice, Amanda. Don't be Dove. Lettow glances at his second command, then continues. Finally, Ventru Elin Olive Krona is at a migrant camp in Sierra Blanca, Texas. How that's got to be far away, right? Blanca, Texas. Yeah, that's like 6 hours. Although, ironically, you guys are in Texas. It's probably closer to Tucson than it is to you guys. It's like south and east of El Paso. It's a long drive, but that's okay. Whatever. Um, Prince Lettow says, you may remember her from that excitement a few years ago. Lettow is referring to the final death of the old Prince of Tucson, a powerful blue blood manipulated into launching a crusade of purification against his clan's old rivals, including the rabble. She has since returned to the Camaria's good graces, since she provides much of the Southwest with blood. But her operation exists atop a mortal substructure that is profoundly politically unstable. Jasper Knoll's destruction will further destabilize that situation, and she needs to know how. Feeding on migrants sounds horrific. A study says of blood down at that camp sounds like easy living. I could get used to that. Oh no, Elin Olive Corona, is she going to drag me into Camaria politics? I don't want that. A program like Camp Scheffler is good for the long-term stability and survival of vampires. I'm interested in seeing it. Paternoster. I'm not sure what Paternoster is. I'll look it up. Oh. Oh, it's okay. Paternoster is the Lord's Prayer. That's interesting. Also, um, given that it's at St. Basil's. Yeah, I think you're right, David. What do we feel on this one, guys, or folks, peoples? I don't want to get dragged into Camarillo politics. I'm with you on that one. Feeding on migrants sounds terrible, but also I'm a terrible creature that has to feed on somebody. I do like, the fact that 2 and 4 are very similar. But yeah, I'm up for what do you guys think? I'll drink more of my clearly, definitely blood. Number 3. Okay. David says number 3. Anybody else? I'm just going to go with number 3. Number 3. Number 3. Once, twice. Sold. Fantastic. Oh, gotta click it. There he goes. Prince Lettow continues. While you contemplate what kind of a political snarl some blue bloods could drag you into. Anyway, 3 deliveries, 1,000 each, and you are welcome to hunt in Tucson and every other city you visit for a year after finishing your final delivery. Prince Lettow says, though you will have to abide by my rules for neonates here in the Tucson. My man Alexander will explain once we're finished here. Sorry. I also give you permission to own property and to create no more than 1 ghoul, though you may not embrace new kindred. I forgot that the rules also let you to dictate if you can have ghouls or not. I forgot that was a thing. And take this for emergencies, and only emergencies. He hands you a prepaid flip phone and a baggie full of SIM cards. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must compose the letters you are to deliver. The prince moves to a writing desk under a ramada, leaving the pile of electronic devices and written correspondences, and gets to work composing his messages. You sit down nearby to disable the phone's GPS and get rid of anything that can be used to track you, leaving the device even more stripped down than it began. Ooh, I get to make a roll. Woo! Let's look at my character sheet real quick. Just making sure nothing changed. I'm actually decent. I'm okay with technology, so that's good. Manipulation, I'm no good at. Return to the game. Persuasion, I'm no good at. I'm no good at any of that. I do have some investigation and awareness, so that one may not be bad roll-wise. So I need more money in hand right now. I persuade Lettow to cough up some more cash. The nature of an Elysium is deception. I lie, flatter, and misrepresent myself while acting grandiose in order to make allies here. This whole situation with Jasper Knowles and the Whites worries me. What I want is information. I investigate the correspondence on the table, hoping that a quick glance gives me something useful. I'm not a socialite, and I'm not taking any risks, and I hang around and keep my mouth shut until I can leave. I think number three, I think, Roxy, I think you're right. I think is the best option. Because my charisma and manipulation, subterfuge, and persuasion are all trash. So I would rather do something I'm going to either succeed at or not do anything at all. Likely to succeed at. I won't say I will succeed. So let's go with number three. You can't linger with so many eyes on you, and you dare not touch Prince Lettow's paper. Many old world kindred, you've learned, regard written correspondence almost as sacred, and you don't want to find out what infuriates this prince. Still, what did Knowles do? Torture the scab until he went mad? Conduct some kind of experiment or ritual? The possibilities are endless, chilling. As you circle the zinc-topped table beside Prince Lettow's vacated wicker chair, you let your fingers rifle the top few sheets and something catches your eye. Hard copies of emails Jasper Knowles sent to various local companies. Okay. The threat of Second Inquisition means the Kindred do not send emails about their night work, but they are still allowed identities as flesh and blood citizens, as Jasper Knowles said on the video. And citizens need email. In his living guise, Knowles inherited his father's construction business. In other words, you bet, he pretended to die and came back as his own grandson. Skimming the list of names, you see major corporate suppliers, a few federal contracts, 2100X, the tech company Julian Sim founded in Denver. Ooh, dun dun dun. You didn't even know 2100X was still around. You checked for a web presence and found nothing, but here's an email, a timestamp last month, and a brief and mundane seeming messages. No word from Prestor. It's mostly for renovation of temporary holding facilities along the border. Before you can read more, you spot Dove extricating herself from the Ventru and heading your way. She hasn't noticed you yet, but she will. You step back just as she steps around a wild-eyed local and glances down at the papers. The kindred here keep disappearing downstairs, but you're sure not allowed to feed in the Elysium. Your palms itch. You can't stay here. You need to see what the city has to offer. As if sensing your mood, Alexander appears. His approach heralded by his reeking breath. I've spoken with the prince, and he has given you permission to feed in his city tonight, he says. After that, you must speak with me about arrangements. I thought we already did that, but that's okay. John is running an errand, and I know his thoughts. Okay. John definitely wants me to romance the prince, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Tucson can be a difficult city, and you do not have a ride. For clubs, stay away from the country and western places. We all love what is it called? Jamboree here in America, but they are claimed by others. And do not feed from the sleeping. The venture of Prince Lettow's court must feed that way, and do not want competition. Otherwise, your needs can be met just north of here. There are clubs and alleys, drunks and prostitutes, even veterinary clinics and hospitals. You will be watched, of course. Do not dishonor the prince. You lean over the edge of the railing, looking down on Tucson. For years, you've taken blood wherever you could, usually as payment for a job. But most vampires your age hunt, and most of them specialize. Before you became a courier, you too had a specialty. You think back to those years with Julian, before you drove the night roads to perpetuate your existence. You try to remember the skills you developed to feed. on Beggars and Vagrants. It's It's a hard, dangerous life, but it hardened me physically and mentally. I head for Tucson's alleys during sex. What can I say? It's a classic, and it taught me to lie and to charm. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It is just like Kronos, where everybody says dishonor is bad and then does the most dishonorable thing possible and then pretends it never freaking happened. It's that is one you have nailed the Camarilla on the head, and all of it is. Oh, this is the last choice that gives you skill points. Oh, that's good to know. I figured that was kind of what was coming here, but awesome. Thank you, Jason. Oh, okay. Oh, we get XP. Oh, awesome. Fantastic. We get XP. We can. That's pretty cool. Okay, cool. On animals, when I could, I used my wits and learned to hunt outside the city, but I can't leave town right now, so I head for the kennels. On blood bags, they taste like shit, and can leave me a little weak. But this is the future, and the only humane path. Usable ones are hard to find though, and it's it's time to break into a food bank. The sleeping. The Camarilla don't want me to, but I learned how to do it quietly and safely. From people in the scene, it's time to check out Tucson's counterculture. That might be a masquerade risk, but I'm a traditionalist, and I've learned how to blend in. I'm not eating any puppies. That seems wrong. Moon would judge me. I'd go with one. Okay, yeah, one makes sense, and it makes sense for, yeah, sure. Number two? Well, and Roxy, of course, number 2 gets 2 votes. I'm not eating any puppies. I'll go with number 2. That's fine. In better nights, your first stop would be eBay to buy something flashy and cheap. What now? I am confused. In better nights, your first stop would be eBay to buy something flashy and cheap, but you don't have the time, so you talk to one of the blood dolls and manage to haggle for a clean and half-decent set of clothes that make you look like someone who loses a fight in a biker movie. The Viper might be off limits, but you can see 2 more nightclubs from the rooftop of Elysium. You leave Moo behind. No! We leave behind a KFC to steal leftovers. Okay, so we're feeding Moon too. I'm good with that. And you head for the Red Rock. Rather than the Paul Cessny themed bar you were expecting, it's a hard rock club. The wall of noise hits you the moment you step inside. A discordant wail of 70s fuzz grunge. You push your way through the sea of long-legged white girls with straight brown hair and halter tops to the bar and look for, what are you looking for? I've never really cared, and I'm not going to start tonight. I think that is the solid choice. I'm also going to look to see, did I get skills? I got persuasion. It looks like I got persuasion. Return to the game. Cool. You scan the bar, looking for anyone with the right combination of pretty and vulnerable. You need blood, but you're also going to enjoy yourself after so many miserable nights on the road. In your casual search, you lock eyes with someone across the bar and immediately think, he'll do. You look away, forcing him to come to you. What are you drinking, he says. Tall, lean, tan, but the tan looks natural, and his face is a little windburned. Hiking or rock climbing, maybe. Blonde hair is one of those samurai buns, which is unfortunate, but he looks great in his midnight blue suit. Most young men in suits look like waiters or kids playing dress up, but he wears his with casual confidence. So you're really not drinking, he says, because you've been carrying on a conversation the whole time you've been considering him. You don't smell any diseases or dangerous drugs, and he's cute. No more wasting time. Yeah, Ransom and yeah. Yeah. I bet if Chris Evans put his hair up in a bun, we'd all be all right with it, though. This place has a really nice bathroom. I'm just gonna let that hang there for a little bit. A lot of hard rock places have bathrooms like a Neapolitan army barracks. But this is classy. Good marble, and this guy knows what he's doing. You try and take your time, but the hunger is burning behind your eyes. Your fangs slide in, then slide out, then slide in, and he gasps and shivers as he's impaled. This is definitely not safe for work. Seems like he's not used to being on this end of things. He jerks once, twice. You force yourself to stop. As his head lulls, you nuzzle his neck, smelling his blood and aftershave as you lick the wound clean so it vanishes, leaving no trail. You check yourself in the mirror, smile to make sure your teeth are clean, then straighten your clothes, then you're gone. Good, Roxy. You and me both. We could share some popcorn. It won't always be that easy, you think, as you sit on a park bench with Moon, sluggishly moving from stolen blood around your body. Sluggishly moving your stolen blood around your body. Okay. New vampires can always have fun for the first few nights, but then other kindred learn about your tricks, or hunters notice statistical anomalies, or the herd instinctively reacts to the invisible predator in their midst. But tonight, you feel good. A Lotus Esprit Turbo in powder blue rolls up. I'm going to have to go look and see what that looks like. Lotus Esprit Turbo. Roxy, how come Nightbot isn't telling us that we should be drinking water? It's important. Okay, so it's a fancy car. Blaring synthwave loud enough to scare the crowds. The driver flings a parcel at you, flings a parcel your way. Then, when you pick it up, he peels out. The parcel contains a card for a pawn shop. Written on the back, cars. There is also an extended stay ticket for a parking garage with a 4-digit key code written on the back, so it looks like you have a place to park. Did he? Maybe I just missed it. Maybe I've been ignoring Nightbot. Huh. Well. Drinking water is important. Every night after midnight, or even after midnight, it feels dangerous to run across the wide Palm Line Boulevard that leads to your destination. You need a car. You're itching like earlier when you needed blood. Only now the need is to move fast. Stop fighting the shape of this city and start flowing through it the way it wants you to. By the end of tonight, you either need to buy a car or learn how to turn into a bat because Tucson is no place for pedestrians. Covenant Pawn Shop is wedged between an auto repair shop and a nail salon, across from a Title Max. Sign reads, "Cash for guns, we buy gold," and closed. You leave your Lobo outside and step into... Why do we keep calling it a Lobo instead of a wolf? Is it because it's Arizona and it's like a cultural thing there? I don't know. You leave your Lobo outside and step into the sad, dusty spirit void of the pawn shop. You pass PS4 games, bedazzled purses, and a glass case full of rings. Regalo Perfecto. And enough rifles to conquer Belgium. The first thing you do is stock up on a few necessities of your trade. A few duffel bags and a rucksack, a mini crowbar, a small folding knife, folding shovel, hacksaw, maybe some lockpicks, matches, cord, electrical tape, flashlight, a blood and tissue kit with extra syringes. Maybe the character's ESL. Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. I mean, if the character was from Arizona to begin with, the likelihood of speaking Spanish is, I guess, way higher than it is up here in Indiana. Spare USBs and a portable toolkit. You stop at the knives because you recognize the silver knife in the display case. Jasper Knowles was holding it before he was killed, or maybe it's just a knockoff of some movie prop or something. You can't be sure, but that's weird. That is weird. I'm concerned about that, but whatever. Oh, hey, there's a person. Behind the display case with the knives is a pretty young woman with choppy blonde hair and Victorian replica railway glasses. Okay, those are kind of cool glasses. I like those. She peered over those sunglasses to watch you like a hawk since you pushed past the close sign and walked in. You know the reaction. She recognizes a predator, but doesn't know exactly what kind. so this place is only tangentially connected to the Tucson Camarilla. It and she are independent and kept that way because they're useful. When you get closer, the young woman leans close, studying your leather jacket. Her bare arms are covered in H.R. Geiger tattoos, sinuous biomechanical figures in. I'll look at that in a second, Roxy. Sinuous biomechanical figures in shades of black, gray, and green. Finally, she says, Miguel sent you. It's not quite a question and not quite a statement. You have no idea who Miguel is. Maybe one of Duff's servitors. You did ask the Princess Second in Command Duff about getting something to drive. Whatever, you nod. Call me Elena. Let's get you set up. She throws a red leather jacket on over her tattoos, making sure you can see the Glock in the shoulder holster. The cars are out back. Those are pretty cool tattoos, too. That's a very interesting pictures. I like him as a wizard. I think Chris Evans would be a great wizard. Where'd my thing go? There it goes. Cool. Next. A rusted chain link fence divides the Covenant Pawn Shop's parking lot from a row of rusted Quonset huts. The huts and slightly taller buildings on either side serve to hide a full parking lot of parked cars that probably shouldn't be here. Miguel says you need wheels. She steps into the shadows and starts messing around on her phone, but she keeps her eyes on you above the railway glasses. The cars are shit. Miguel either hates your guts or doesn't care if your mission for Prince Lettow succeeds or fails. You instantly dismiss the vans, economy cars, and anything covered in rust or that would require more cash to repair than buy. That leaves you 4 mediocre specimens. A Mitsubishi 3000 GT with too many aftermarket mods, a little Honda S2000 with electrical problems, an ancient but still rolling BMW 3 Series, and an ugly but functional Nissan Frontier. Tonight only, Elena says. Anything with 4 wheels is 20% off. Miguel must like you or hate me. The stuff inside is full price. She props the door back open for you. My wealth is $603. Did I buy $400 worth of crap? Okay, Nissan Frontier is a truck. BMW 3 Series is going to be a quick little car. I'm not sure what a Honda S2000 is, but it's probably a truck too, I'm guessing. No, it's a little sporty car. And then the Mitsubishi 3000 GT is probably also a sports car. Because that sounds like what it is. It is exactly what I thought. Cool. I need a gun. I check out the firearms. As one of the immortal undead, I obviously need a sword. I check out my options. I need a real computer, not just a flip phone with half its features missing. I'm going to do anything fast and useful online. An actual good suit would be useful for infiltrating upscale locations. What does this place have? I'll check out one of the vehicles. I chat up Elena, curious about that knife. I'm curious about better prices because I'm broke. That last one sounds pretty cool. I got claws, right? Yes, I got finger knives. So I don't know that I need a sword. I don't know that I really want a computer right now either, although I'm decent with technology to begin with. So maybe I do. I don't know. Let's go check my stats because I feel like... Yeah, because I don't have firearm or combat. I feel like the last one's the best one. That's the one I go with. No, Roxy, come back. So, is that what are they called? A Klingon knife? I like that Roxy leaves as soon as we get Star Trek references. A Tajit? No. Elena says her pronunciation is flawless. flawless, and you can't afford it. It's solid silver for killing werewolves, I guess. Her tone says she doesn't believe in werewolves. Christ, are there werewolves in Tucson? Maybe you should buy it. And I'm not selling it anyway because I think the guy who sold it to me might actually come back, she says. She unlocks the case and hands you the crooked silver blade. This has to be one that the Tremere was holding in the video. Alina goes back to messing on her phone. I'm not paying this much for junk. I'm not scared of Elena's Glock. I'll lean on her to get prices down. So my intelligence is pretty high, and my academics is not bad. My resolve and awareness are okay. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, my charisma and persuasion are trash, though. Like I'm with you on that. Like my persuasion and charisma. Yeah, my charisma's a 1, and my persuasion's a 1. I mean, it would be... At least I'd have numbers to roll. Sorry. I need to go back and read these so I actually know what I'm doing. I lean on her to get prices down. Maybe there are cheaper places nearby. I roam up and down the block and look for other pawn shops. I'm well educated and I know my way around finances, even criminal ones. I use my phone to do some research and learn about covenants financing to help me haggle prices down. I need an ally in the city. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dove. I need allies. I shake Alina down for clues, lying to imply I already know more about her than her about that silver knife. I need to know more about the knife. I'm gonna go with number 5. Roxy's not here, but I think she would want me to flirt. What are your tattoos? I ask. Alina hesitates for a moment, then shrugs out of her red leather jacket, revealing the biomechanical sleeve tattoos. When my grandmother's first boyfriend died, she turned to opium and art. I couldn't figure out where to get opium, so when my brother died, I read a lot of art books. You place a finger on one bicep where Geiger's birth machine slowly tessellates into a blur of abstract mechanical shapes ringed by tentacles. She permits the contact for a moment, then slides her jacket back up. You're going to be in Tucson for a while, she asks? Yeah. My number's on the wall. Call me if you need help with work. What is it you do? Wait, don't tell me yet. A potential ally. This is good. When she turns back to you, she's smiling, though you can see her skepticism. She's going to try and figure out who you are. That can be dangerous. I know. I think flirt is always going to be Roxy's first choice. I'm not paying this much for junk. I'm not scared of Glock. Oh, I get to make another choice. So we flirted the first time. I don't know that I want to leave and go look for something else. I think the academics role, number 3, is actually good because we're good at it. And maybe I can shake out some more money. Like, not trying to be greedy, but like that'd be good to have money. My resolve and awareness is okay. So the last one, I guess I could shake information out of her about the knife. I kind of want to figure out financing. Number 3. What do you guys think? Oh, that's tart. Oh. Yeah, financing. Yeah, okay, cool. You ask Elena a few careful questions about her financing just to give you a place to start. She seems more amused than worried about your questions, and soon you have a few search terms to enter. Even shying away from Elena's illegal activity, you see all sorts of inefficiencies in her business model. At least you think you do. You only have access to public information like her lease. But when you ask Elena a few questions about where her money is going, you realize that while she's a capable businesswoman, you're just a little bit better. She chews her lip and then says, Tell you what, you come back tomorrow and log a shift fixing my payroll, and you promise not to act all weird, and I'll give you a discount. With a little more negotiation, it's a deal, and she agrees to give you a discount right now of 15%. I still only have $603. I need a car. I don't know that I need a sword because I got claws. I don't know that I need a gun. Now that I've realized that my intelligence and academics are pretty high, a computer kind of makes more sense. I don't know that I need a suit, but I need a vehicle. So I get a truck or one of the three things. Or one of the three, what do you call those? Sports cars. Yeah, I'm leaning towards vehicle. Which one do you guys think we should do? No, I can't fly yet. I only have the first dot of Protean, and I don't know that I'm going to get up that high. That doesn't seem like a neonate kind of thing. The SUV. Which one's the SUV, Rox? There was an SUV that we passed over. The Nissan Frontier is a truck, and the other three are sports car. Yeah, the Nissan Frontier. I think it's a truck. Is that correct? I don't know. I think so. Oh, check them out. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna check it out. Ah. Oh, only $252. This is a good car. I like them. Okay, so. Okay. Gotcha. The pickup is the newest vehicle on the lot in your price range. Though that isn't saying much. It's ugly on the outside, rust stained, and salt streaked. Did someone drive this thing through from Manitoba? Yeah, I am a weak ass silly. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's not particularly fast, even though it's fairly new. You know it's going to turn like a 53 Mercury. I'm not sure how a 53 Mercury turns, but I'm pretty sure it's bad given its stats. But all that post-2000 passenger safety know-how counts for something. Pound for pound, the Frontier is as tough as the little BMW, and the Frontier has a lot more pounds. If you find yourself rolling into a gunfight across broken rocks or back in time to fight Vlad the Impaler's heavy infantry, this is the vehicle for you. And it's black. You take the Nissan around the parking lot, then around a block a few times with the Lena riding shotgun, and Moon in the back. Oh, but it's got a back for Moon. It's got a back for Moon. Oh, I have a feeling that Roxy and Amanda are going to lean hard on that one. There's plenty of room here if you ever need to transport something bigger than a manila envelope. That's a good point. Like a cursed sarcophagus, this Nissan is perfect. I don't like that sentence, but that's okay. Still, the driving experience is viscerally unpleasant. It's floaty and slow, and the visibility isn't as great as you were expecting. And you think something is wrong with the electrical because it doesn't feel like the power steering works right. You're going to hate driving this thing, but it drives. I'm going to check out the other vehicles real quick. I'm going to kick the tires on the BMW 3. Okay. So with this car, Jason has a solid point. Why would I put Baby in the back? Baby should definitely ride. I bet Alina is not even riding shotgun. She's riding in the back, and Moon is right next to me. With this car, you can party like it's 1985 because you're pretty sure it was built in 1985. The exterior is gunmetal gray, and inside the leather is dry and cracked like it's suffering from some kind of foot disease. It smells like tobacco. The AC doesn't work, and the back seats are torn and patched with duct tape. But the bones of the car are excellent. The engine is clean, and it's as fast as the two sports cars, almost as maneuverable as a modern vehicle, and more importantly, it's tough as nails. This thing survived Reaganomics and glass knot, and it can survive whatever you crash it into. You take it around the parking lot, then take it around the block a few times with Alina riding shotgun, and Moon tearing up the back seat with their claws. It's old and a bit ratty, but it accelerates hard, turn well, and it feels solid. Ooh, that's pricey though. Like driving a refrigerator with a really good engine. Kyle's got a way with words. I like this one. Yeah. Moon Moon does like the wind in his fur, but there are other options for that. We're going to look at the Honda. First, it's a convertible. Moon Moon will be happy. There's nothing like the feeling of wind in your hair and and drying the blood on in your teeth. Second, the little Honda is quick for an old car, but just not as fast in a straight line like the Mitsubishi, but more maneuverable. Third, it's like a bit like your old CRX, just smaller and sportier. Fourth, it's black inside and out. The cons, its electrical system is trash beyond all recognition, and even Alina has to disclose the number of accidents it's been in. You're worried that a ghoul with a golf club and some Vitae could smash this car to pieces. You're worried it might just burst into flames driving down the interstate. You take it around the parking lot, then around the block a few times. Moon Moon whines because that's their spot, but it's only a 2-seater. You make a few stupidly fast turns, and the little convertible does great. Then you spend a few minutes parked messing with the switches. There's a lot of flickering and sputtering, but no showers of sparks. That's good, right? $432. I do not offer a warranty. We're going to check out the Mitsubishi 3000. This is a blistering fast car for its price point back in the day, but its day is past. I really do like his writing, and I'm going to so Roxy and John are normally the ones that run Tuesdays, but they're working on packing up and moving. So I took over, and this is the thing that we wanted to do. I'm going to be checking them out, and I know that I think John and Roxy did. I don't remember which one it was. It was the Pirate Run, right, Roxy? She'll mention in a second, but I think they've done one of your guys's before and really, really liked it. So I like Kyle's love of watches and also his writing. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the Pirate One, but Roxy said it was really good, and that's how we ended up with this one. It was a suggestion from them. Yeah, Pirates Pact, yeah. The problems start when you check under the hood. Oh, it's blood red inside and out, yeah. The problems start when you check under the hood. You can't tell if that circular thing is supposed to be turbo or some kind of prototype Roomba from the Clinton administration. But it's all fucked up, whatever it is. The electrical is an over-engineered nightmare, too. When you take the car out for a spin with Alina riding shotgun and Moon in the backseat, Limp Bizkit's brake stuff almost blows your eardrums out. You can't figure out how to stop. Okay, this is not the car for us. We cannot do Limp Bizkit all the time. Oh, she pops it out with a screwdriver. That's fine. The acceleration is good, but the turbo is wheezy and unpredictable. The whole car feels like it could fly apart in a hard turn. 360, she says, when you get back, shoving the CD player back into place. I'll throw in the Korn CDs on the sun visor for free. One of them is live at Woodstock 99. Yikes. So here's the thing. I like the BMW. I really think the BMW is the best choice, but it's also the priciest choice. You say that, David, like you have actually experienced the 3000 GT, and that makes me a little concerned about future storytelling issues that could arise. Limp Bizkit sealed the deal. What do you guys think? I like the BMW, but it's expensive. I think the Honda S2000 is not a terrible option, but also it's not cheap. I can definitely afford the BMW. Let's go ahead and just buy the BMW. That leaves us with $99. I'm going to check out the computers. Yeah. I'm going to check out the computers so we can see. Ooh, yikes. Data intrusion is an increasingly important aspect of modern life. You can't do everything just by calling up the front desk and pretending to be the password inspector. Trailed by Atlanta, you inspect the heaps of laptops, tablets, and hybrids. You know that any computer you buy will only be a shell into which you pour your own expertise and torrented software, but nothing you see combines portability with flexibility in quite the way you need. Then you spot an old mini laptop on the counter. My work, she says, as you flip over the Raspberry Pi laptop. Oh, okay. So there's nothing else I can afford. Yeah, because this is like a $550 freaking laptop. We're just going to be done shopping for right now. We can come back. We're going to earn some money here soon. It's $216 according to your knockoff Panerai. Panere? I don't know. Whatever. By my watch. When you pull out of Covenant Pawn Shop in your new BMW 3 Series, and sunrise is at 6:29 a.m. It's still early, so you drive around for an hour just to find the cheapest gas station and the fastest way out of town. Then you accelerate smoothly onto East Broadway Boulevard near a plasma center and head for the garage address you got earlier. Moon sticks their head out the BMW Series 3 Series passenger side window. Moon approves. That's good. I feels good that Moon likes it. When a shadow crosses the hood of your BMW, you look up and catch a glimpse of a wing eclipsing a streetlight. Was that Prince Lettow's eagle? Did somebody say pie? Oh, pie. There you go. You find your spot in the underground parking garage. Right in front of it is a metal door with a keypad. You grab everything from your BMW, lock it once Moon is out, and enter the code. Inside is an office with peeling linoleum floors, an ancient metal desk with rusty mini fridge on it, and a sleeping bag. The short tile corridor ends in a jury-rigged shower and a drain. There's a clear plastic bag and some toiletries on the tile, and a bottle of 409 that won't do anything against the smell of mildew. There's no Wi-Fi. Oh, yes, Raspberry Pi. Your code speak is not working. Sorry, Roxy. Still, it's better than sleeping in an abandoned semi-trailer, and your phone actually gets good reception. Even better, there are escape routes into the sewer that you can use. You loosen the grates and make sure you have a clear route into the sewers in case you're exposed. You're just settling in when you hear your door lock beep. The metal door opens, and there's Julian Sim. Dun, dun, dun. Man, I wish we were closer to 10 because I would just end it here. But we're going to keep going. Oh, hey. Well, hello. But also, really? Fanny pack? Is that a thing the kids wear? A new personal low, Julian says, wearing a glitch t-shirt and a smile. He starts to enter, then looks down and says, "You have to invite me in." No, I fucking don't, Julian. Just because that's not how vampires work. Come on in, make yourself comfortable. There's no reason to be uncivil. Give me one reason why I shouldn't pop my claws and draw lines on your face. I play it cool, but I smell opportunity here. Julian was always brilliant. Fine, enter freely and of your own full free will. Now what do you want? I'm actually trying to do legitimate work. If you could leave, I'd appreciate it. I have a chance with the Camarilla here, and Julie is nothing but trouble. Bye, Sean. Bye. Thanks for coming out. What do you guys think? I'm leaning towards number 1 and number 3. I forget why we hate Julian, but I have a very, very strong feeling that we hate him. He was our old buddy from back in the day. And then he went to Denver and started a new company, but we don't like him. I don't remember why. He's also an Assamite, and that might be part of why I don't like him. Well, cheese and rice. Sorry. That scared the snot out of me. Something seems to have fallen upstairs at my house. I'm going to have to text my roommates to make sure everybody's okay. One is acceptable. Yeah, 4. I play it cool, but I smell opportunity. I guess, yeah. one or four, one or one, four or one. Cheese and rice. Yes, I did say cheese and rice. Yes, I did. It was just the cats. Whew. Oh, so I'm sorry. Let me guess where Roxy's going with Julian as a hottie. So I should be nice to Julian so that I can lead to flirting. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm gonna do number one. I'm gonna do number one. Still, I think it's important to set boundaries. Oh, that see, look at that. See, look, listen. He immediately says boundaries are important. I'm already on board here. But if you're gonna be difficult, he tosses you a tiny webcam. This was in your ceiling, by the way. Give me your phone. I'll take care of the tracking there. He looks so young. You think as he wanders in and out of your shitty cat crash pad, sweeping for bugs. For some reason, you expected him to age. You look at yourself in the BMW side view mirror. You haven't aged either. Man, it's been a while, Julian says, leaning against the door frame. I remember the nights we spent keeping the elder asleep with our offerings of blood. The days curled up together in the desert. Wasn't it romantic? Maybe Julian's going to flirt with me, guys. Yeah, I'm going to flirt with everybody. I'm the best flirter. I'm pretty sure that's what I do in real life because I'm not really good at flirting, but I'm probably good at flirting. That never happened, Julian. You made up our relationship and tried to sell it as a novel until the old Prince of Tucson threatened to execute you. I'm not saying anything about what happened when we were fledglings. How have you been? I was a confused young fledgling, and you were my mentor because my sire was gone. I won't make that mistake again. It it wasn't until it was until suddenly it wasn't. I'm not willing to tell Julian that I miss him. Far better than flirting. Nobody needs to flirt. I 100%. Yes, Roxy, definitely put that up on TeePublic. I want that shirt. What do we think here, folks? Wow, wasn't it romantic? I like number four because that leans towards I don't know, flirting. I won't make that. I think number two or number four. What do you guys think? Number four? Yeah. Okay. Cool. I had work to do, Julian says, which is the closest thing you'll ever get to an apology. I still have work, and tonight it concerns Clan Shamir and the things they get up to in their research. You half expected Julian to reach for you, but he's excited about some new project. Maybe broken heart is why we don't like Julian. Was always like that. Came for the floor, stayed for the BMW. Yes. Um, I've been working with Jasper Knowles lately. Terrible what happened to Jasper. Of course, it's always terrible what he did to that sewer rat. It's also terrible what he did to that sewer rat and that Outlander and that. Anyway, what's worse is that lately I've been working with Jasper, not Canite to Canite, but man to man, as it were. That's a problem for my daytime persona. The truth, Ransom, is that I actually maintain the company we. Oh shit, you already know, don't you? You remember seeing 2100X on those records on Prince Lettow's table, but you don't say anything. You just shrug. Julian smiles and says, "Sometimes you really do impress me." You're starting to monologue, Julian. That's a dangerous habit. Why don't you just tell me what you want me to know? You've been busy. I want to know more. Julian is dangerous, but I love his grand vision of the future. Why do I get the feeling that whatever you're doing is even more dangerous than what the Camarilla wants me to do? Maybe I should stick with Prince Lettow. Oh, interesting. We're on three? Okay. I'm not being a dick, so Amanda approves of this choice. Things are worse in life and death than a little. There are worse things in life and death than a little danger, Ransom. Julian says. Let me explain. Since the Convention of Thorns. All right, so a little backstory for our non-vampire people. So way back in the day, the Convention of Thorns happened, where basically it was the first Inquisition, and the vampires were like, "Hey, let's quit killing the elders," and the young vampires were like, "But why?" And they eventually came to an agreement, sort of, that started the Camarilla. Except there were some young vampires that were like, "Nope, screw this crap," and they started a different group called the Sabbat. So the Convention of Thorns is like pretty integral to the whole story of being a vampire. It's like a very hallmark thing. So since the Convention of Thorns, the Masquerade has protected us from mortal scrutiny. We hide what we are. We live in shadow. But oh yeah, I guess you probably do from watching. It's double B. We live in the shadow, but that can't last. He tosses the USB webcam up and down. The Second Inquisition should have taught us that. One day soon, humans will learn the truth. This is inevitable. Do you know why Jesper Knowles decided to end his experiments with that Nosferatu? Sorry. Because someone filmed it when it got out. Then he called me to turn the video from a Masquerade breach into a trailer to a student horror film. I had to fake some data stamps, but the Tremere paid me well. Sorry. All right. That's going to happen more and more, Ransom. And eventually it's going to happen every night, all the time, always on, constantly streaming. Constantly streaming! Look, just like us. We must stop offering a hard wall against the inevitable and start creating a guided path for the mortals. You're talking about a whole new way the humans will be about a whole new way that humans will be forced to view the world. That's ambitious, Julian, and fascinating. I'm familiar with this kind of speculation. There's another option, a curtailed world of walled gardens and limited information. That's the route I believe the kindred must take. You're right, but that's all years from now. This night, all I want is enough to survive. I'm not turning humans into pets of the kindred so we can eke out another 100 years of unlife. I like number 4. I like number 3 or 4. Either one of those. What do you folks think? 4? 4? Okay, cool. I'm going to go with number 4. That's just my point, Ransom. You don't have to eke out an existence. You won't rule from some hammer horror Dracula castle like most Canaanites want when they abandon the Camarilla and its traditions. You'll get to live a life. Canaanites and mortals both. We can have something better than this. Tomorrow, now you have this beautiful machine, Julian says, banging the hood of your BMW. The Prince Lettow will give you one of 3 USBs. Would you like to know what's on them? He doesn't let you answer. One warns the Bruja Paternoster about renovations to the hospital that will expose his followers. One informs Tremere Nvidia Call about that her mentor Jasper Knowles is dead and that her funding is being cut off because her facility contacts with mundane biomedical research firms threaten the Masquerade. One tells the venture Olive Cross, that the Second Inquisition is coming for her little prison buffet down at the border. Wherever you go, the people there will use you or destroy you to escape what's coming. And it's all happening because of Jasper's experiments. Hey, Roxy, thank you for gifting subscriptions. That went to Moon Crow, Deadlock123, and Stickman Sam. Ironically, all people we know. I'm not sure why that keeps happening, but that's all right. Thank you for gifting those. Back to the story. All right. I already know that, and you only know it because you were listening in on the Prince. I had to tell Lettow and cut a deal with the Camarilla. Why are you telling me this? I absolutely don't trust Julian, but once he starts talking, it's not like there's any way to stop him. So what do you want me to do? I'm willing to hear Julian out at least. I don't give a damn about usurpers and their sorcery. This is the fault of the Camarilla letting their favorite clan run wild. Second one is Inquisition. You're sure they're active again? If they are, I need to watch myself lest I be destroyed. I actually like the last one a lot. What do you guys think? Five. David likes five. I think we're just going to go with five. Hold on. Cool. We're going to go with five. They're active in Tucson and they've been following me, Julian says, which means they're following you too. I need your help tracking them down, tracking them to keep them away from my work. That's all. I won't even ask you to work against Prince Lettow or the Camarilla. Just watch for the SI. But first, let me demonstrate how disposable you are to the Prince. Now think back to what I taught you. What is the best place to begin, Ransom? The walls, Prince Lettow's thralls, or his pet bird Riga? Another damn test. Julian used to love these. But though you sometimes appreciate the Camarilla and its traditions, Julian always had a knack for spotting spies. He watches you as you look around your little garage. All right. Let's do some technical analysis on the webcam, flip open my phone, and start scrutinizing the camera. I wonder if Prince Lettow's eagle is watching me. I head outside and employ my keen senses. With Moon's help, I try and feel out the location and activity of Prince Lettow's eagle. I bet the Prince has set mortal spies to watch me. I sneak out and hunt them down in the streets, though I doubt it will be easy. I'm not playing your games, Julian. I like three. I like one or three. One is good for stats. I think three is just like animalism. So I like that one too for that reason. You think? Oh, really? I like that. I like your paranoia. I like that it's bleeding over from Illuminated Page. It's good. I think we're gonna go with Moon. You get Julian outside, so he spends his time checking your BMW for bugs while you and Moon head onto the roof of the parking garage. You try and feel the drafts of warm wind rising from the streets as dawn approaches. You scan the skies and spot Riga, hanging in the sky like he's pinned there. He circles something nearby, not looking at you. This is hardly a natural environment. Riga is hardly a natural bird, but creatures follow their nature. Riga is watching prey. She tracks them, and you run to the other side of the parking garage because you realize you'll be able to see them. A black Buick SUV accelerates hard away from the parking garage. Riga gains altitude and follows, disappearing from view. All right. The Second Inquisition, Julian says when you get back. All those little slips Canites made back when we were still alive have added up to a new Inquisition, except this one is embedded in the U.S. government. I'm not sure, but I think it's out of control. An undirected complex of fear and rage within the military-industrial apparatus dedicated to the destruction of all of us. Yeah, he's at least, well, supposedly, because he could have hired dudes in a black SUV. Let's just ratchet that paranoia up as far as it'll go. They're watching us both, but they don't know exactly where we are. Not yet, anyway. But the Camarilla is both corrupt and incompetent. They might expose you accidentally or deliberately, and when the SI drags you from your haven into the sun, you won't have time to wonder which it was. He takes out his phone, checks the time, frowns a little. You're going to need a better security than this if you stay here, he says. What are you going to rig up? Camera, poison, gas like we used in Fort Worth? Maybe laser tripwires? Despite the late hour, it takes a while to get Julian off the subject of security. Finally, he drops his voice and says, you need to be ready for SI Ransom. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot of Ayla. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. What if somebody is still listening? We'll both be killed for what happened. I will seriously beat the shit out of Julian if he keeps talking. I regret what I did to that elder every night, and I will never forgive. And I've never forgiven Julian for leading me down the twisted path and away from the traditions of the kindred. Why bring up our crimes now? The black stains on my soul are what kept me from real power in the Camarilla. I don't regret destroying Ayla and taking her power, only how useless it turned out to be. Let's not speak of the things we've lost. I still remember the incredible, perverse sense of power when I drank Ayla's ancient blood, though I won't give Julian the pleasure of admitting it. There is true power in diablerie, though it's heresy to say so. Are you planning more of that sort, Julian? Yeah. I think number 4. Yeah, I think number 4. I think you're right, Rox. And actually, I think this is our last one. I'm gonna hit next, and unless there's something really intriguing, no, we're gonna stop right here because we're almost at 10. We've been doing this for a couple hours, which is a good time to take a break. So this week, Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time is Growing Shadows. Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time is Solasta Crown of the Magister and Crud Buckets. Saturday, I can't even remember the days of the week anymore. at noon Central Time is the Masks of Halloween game. So definitely come out for those and check them out. If you have not followed us or subscribed or been given a subscription, because Roxy is very generous, you should definitely follow us at the bare minimum, but subscribe because it helps us out. We're going to be making some updates and some changes with some stuff here soon, including a tip jar, because these modules are great, but they're not free, and we want to kind of offset a little bit of the price for that and a few other things that we've got coming right now. So definitely check these out. Hey, thank you, Roxy. 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and noon. So come out for those. We hit our goal, so definitely if you are a follower, subscriber, or just a watcher, send us a message and let us know that what you would like to see the name of the NPC be. I will skim through those and make sure I've got something. This was Night Road by Kyle Marquis. This is put out by Choice of Games. You can follow us both on Twitter. That's in the chat. Thanks, Jason. Jason is one of the people from Choice of Games, and he was super helpful tonight. We really, really appreciate it. They've got a ton of stuff over there, and one of the things I did notice is that they've got the scripting for this, for writing your own choose your own adventure stuff. They've got that over there for download for free, so you can write your own and see how you do. Maybe they'd be happy to see that stuff. We'd love to see more games like this, and I know that we will be dipping back into their bag of stories in the future, because I'm really enjoying this. So even if John and Roxy find other stuff to run, I'm going to come back to this kind of stuff. I really like it. So otherwise, yeah, thank you guys for coming out. There is we will see you guys on Thursday, and have a great night.